Wama In my business, in my schooling, in my work, in my music, my enemies go tire. My enemies go tire. They go tire. They go tire. My enemies go tire. In the morning, in the evening, in the night, my enemies go tire. My enemies go tire. They go tire.
Good morning, great Biafrans and lovers of freedom all over the world. My name is Kimiowei Tari Nemi, and you are welcome to this program today. I will advise that you welcome somebody by your side and ensure you share this message, ensure you share this gospel. We are live on my page, Tari Nemi, on Facebook. We are live on YouTube, on Radio Biafra VOC. We are also live on my page on Twitter, Nemi_Tari. So you can listen to us from any of these channels, but I will advise that you make more use of YouTube, because Facebook tries as much as they can to always ensure that they do everything that they can to suppress good message from Biafra. We must pray. Tamara Nana way or Gonomokiri Motemeda. There is none like you in all the earth. There is no one like you. You are the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. You rule over the affairs of men. You see where people cannot see. You are present where people are absent. Even in the depth of the sea, you are there. And even at the hottest part of the desert, you are present. You are the only wise God. And this day we bow down before you. We worship you. For there is none like you. We do not bow to men. We do not bow to riches. We do not bow to power. We do not bow to any other thing but to you. And you alone our confidence lie. Our confidence lies in you alone. Oh, Tamara, we pray for the people of Biafra. We pray for IPOB. We pray that you keep the soul of IPOB away from the ravening wolves. We ask, oh Lord, that you preserve the heart of our people, that their hearts continue to burn for freedom and not for hatred. Lord, we pray that you fill the hearts of Biafrans with love, love for self, love for the people, and love for freedom. Lord, we pray that the eyes of men be opened. We pray that you give men the confidence to stand for the truth, irrespective of whose ox is God. Lord, we pray for strength. Strength in the morning, strength in the noontime, strength in the evening, and even when we sleep. Lord, we ask that you destroy everything that you've not planted, that you destroy the works of darkness. Samara, we ask for your revival once again. And in everywhere, in every place, in any how that we have sinned, in every area we have sinned, concerning the restoration of Biafra, concerning the pollution of our land, we ask for forgiveness and atonement. Let the holy land of Biafra swallow those that want to swallow the good. Let the holy land of Biafra destroy those that want to destroy the good. Let the cry of your people be turned into joy. Let Mazi Nnamdi Kanu be released from detention. Let Biafra be restored in our generation. Do not judge us with the wickedness of others. Elohim, judge us with the sacrifice of those that have gone and the sacrifice of those that are living. Let generations and generations to come recognize your glory. You see? You see? You see? You are welcome to today's program. And like I said, today is going to be interactive. But before we open the lines for any form of interaction, we shall be discussing one or two things. The time now is 27 past 10 in the Holy Land of Biafra. And I will advise that you share this gospel, most especially from YouTube, but we are live on Facebook. We are also live on Twitter. You can share on YouTube. If you're having any issues on Facebook, you can listen to us from YouTube and follow up. We must continue. Our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, is in detention from the month of June 2021. This seems to be the longest time that he has been detained by the DSS. And this is already the month of February, approaching 2 years of suffering and torture after the physical torture. Our leader has been there, suffering emotional torture and health torture, depriving him from proper health care. It's a disaster. But the zoo is the zoo. But no matter what, the zoo must bend. And at the end of the day, the Zoological Republic of Nigeria must release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And they have no choice after releasing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, or whether before releasing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Biafra land must be free. Talking about the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the deputy speaker of the Anambra State House of Assembly, on the floor of the House, he called for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Same thing like the governor said. He said that going to his community is now a ghost town. People are no longer there. Why? Because of insecurity. We warned them earlier. We told them that the right thing to do is to ask for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and not to be looking for the Eastern Security Network to kill. At the end of the day, they brought in the zoo army, the zoo police, the zoo DSS, and they are making a mess of their states. You are the politician. What you need is peace in your state. You want to steal money, you need peace to steal money comfortably. If there is no peace, the land will swallow you. Election is coming. All of them are running helter-skelter. You must release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu if you want peace. You must release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Because politicians will take advantage and kill their fellow politicians. They will take advantage. And they will kill their politicians, their fellow politicians, during this period, while people are making demands for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Politicians will take it upon themselves, take advantage of it, and kill themselves. And what makes you feel as a politician that you are the one that will survive it? Dr. Akinyele did not survive it. They took advantage and accused IPOB instead, accused the SN, but now the truth is out. He didn't survive it. What makes you think that you are the one that will survive it? Why do you think you'll survive it? It's very simple. You must release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It's a very simple thing. Except, of course, you don't want peace. It's an advice. We want Mazi Nnamdi Kanu released, yes. We need Mazi Nnamdi Kanu released, yes. But you also need Mazi Nnamdi Kanu released. You even need Mazi Nnamdi Kanu released more than we need Mazi Nnamdi Kanu released. Yes, you need Mazi Nnamdi Kanu released. You need Mazi Nnamdi Kanu released. Everyone needs Mazi Nnamdi Kanu released. Everyone in the zoo. Because do not think the disaster of the consequences of not releasing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will just remain only in the southeast. It may not remain only there. It will escalate. It will touch many other things. That is why you have to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It's very important. For the sake of the zoo, the sake of the citizens, the sake of everyone, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu must be released. It's compulsory. It's not somebody can debate about. The release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is what will benefit each and every one of us. Why? The man is innocent. He's an innocent man. And when you keep an innocent man in your custody, a man, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not just an individual. He just like an individual, he just hold. He's not just an IPOB member. He's not just an IPOB leader. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, right now as it is, he's a representative, he's a physical representative of the soul of Biafra. The physical representative of the soul of the people, the soul of the living and the dead, put in one package. That is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So when you're keeping such a man, you know the cost of what you're doing. Or you should know the cost of what you're doing. There are consequences. And we are not saying these things like, oh, we are going to do this, we are going to. It is not a threat. We are not threatening you. But you are holding a man that is more important to his people as a president will be important to any people. To some people, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the only reason they are alive. Is the only reason they are living. Some people in Biafra land would have committed suicide long time ago if not for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, if not for the hope that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu represents. What makes you feel that these people will just fold their hands and be clapping for you and be happy that you have held their leader? You are holding their soul. You are holding their soul. You are holding the soul of about 70 million people. Who is going to control them when they go gaga? You're holding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for almost 2 years, and you want to go about running an election and doing things as if nothing is happening. Things are not done that way. Coupled with the fact that the United Nations have spoken, United Nations have given you 6 months, what makes you feel that if the United Nations doesn't do anything to the zoo called Nigeria, that the Biafran people will as well not do anything? What makes you think so? That the Biafran people will not do anything? United Nations 6 months is over. So what makes you think that everybody will sleep? What makes you think so? Definitely, things cannot just go on like business as usual. Things cannot just continue as business as usual. But you have only one choice. Release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Whether on health grounds or on the fact that you have nothing against him. You must release him. At this juncture, we shall be opening the lines, or it's just one line for now. It's just one line, and it's a signal line, it's a signal number. After now, maybe we are going to get more lines engaged. The signal number will be opening the lines for now so that people can call in and ask questions. You know, there have been things going on. People have been asking questions. Want to ask me personal questions concerning the movement and all of it. The lines will be opened, and I'll be open to answer your questions. I will try as much as possible to answer these questions, no matter how you put it, but do not mix it with insults. That one would not be welcomed. I will cut you off immediately if you put insults. Okay? Speak with integrity, ask reasonable questions, and we're going to have answer to it. So the line to call is +49 173 52 75 073 +49 173 +49 173 52 750 73. I take it again. +49 173 52 750 73. I will try to type it so that people that couldn't get it will be able to get it. You can only get it on Signal. Please do not try to call it on a direct call. You will not get me there. You can only get it on Signal. It's a Signal number to call. That is the Signal number to call. Okay? So you get the number, you call. I'll take it one more time. +49 173 52 750 73. Now I gave opportunity for this interactive session so that people can call, because many people have been asking questions. What is this? What is happening? What is that? And what is this? And what is that? The lines are open. You can call in and get your clarity. Okay. After today, I may not entertain such questions and all that. I may not entertain such questions after today. I may not have the patience to begin to answer questions upon questions, because I have been answering questions and giving clarity to certain things that have been happening to the indigenous people of Biafra, to the movement, or in the movement. And I want to make certain things clear today. Over time, for about a year now, many people have been asking me some questions. Why do you say this? Why do you say that? Why did you write this? Why did you write that? The time to ask your questions properly is now. You have the opportunity to do that. If you call or if you send a message, because it's on Signal, I will first of all accept you. If I have not already done that, if we are not if we had not started communicating already. If we're not started communicating already, so I will first of all accept you. I'll first of all accept you, then we can continue. Okay? We can continue. So the line is there. You can just drop a message, or you can call direct. Once I say it, I will accept you on signal. Then you can call back, and we continue from there. You can call back and we continue from there. So the lines are open. The lines are open for you to call. And you can call. So I think some people have also written it. It is already written. If you go through the comment section, you're going to see the lines. You're going to see the line, rather. It is right there. You can call and get clarity. Do not be afraid to ask any question. I will answer you. Okay? I'll answer you. Do not be afraid to ask any question. If it's a question that I'm not supposed to answer, I will explain to you why I'm not supposed to give such an answer. Okay? If it's a question that I'm not supposed to give an answer, I will explain to you. But every question I will ask, that you ask, I will give you an answer to it. Okay? I will give you an answer to it. Okay, somebody is saying that he doesn't have a Signal account. I know that somebody is saying he doesn't have a Signal account. He wants to call, but he doesn't have a Signal account. It's very important. Our leader asked us to get Signal. Signal is the only reliable platform. Maybe sometime later I'll open channels for Facebook, for WhatsApp. But for now, I've not put that together. Okay? For now, I've not put that together. So you cannot call me on WhatsApp. I cannot give you a number to call on WhatsApp. Okay? It's only on Signal. It's only on Signal. Now, there are certain issues that have been going on. There are certain things that have been going on in the movement. Some people need clarity. That is why I made available this time to ask. Now, if you do not have a Signal account, you have a question. As we continue, you can drop your question. Okay, you can write it down. You can write it down on the comment section. I will read it and we'll flow. Okay? If you cannot call, if you do not have a Signal account, I can read your questions and I'll respond to it. Hello, good morning and welcome. Okay. I think maybe that was a mistake. So you like I said earlier, you can drop your questions. If you have a question, you can drop the questions. And when you drop the question, definitely some people come to my inbox, you ask me some questions. Yeah, some of you I try to explain. I try to explain certain things to you, but some other people I may not have all the patience to explain to everybody. But right now, it is good you ask your questions because questions are being repeated. I'll explain here and explain there and explain there. So, hello, good morning and welcome. Your name?
Yeah, good morning. Yeah, good morning, my African rep. My name is Mazi Izumez.
You're welcome, my brother.
Please, my rep. I have 2 or 3 questions to ask, please.
Okay.
And one.
Yeah.
Yeah, one. I want to ask: did Mazi Tones Lumike have a power to suspend a DOS member in our great family? Second, we have seen what's happening online, and we know there is a lot of DOS member, but they are not talking about what's happening. Most especially the insubordination from Mazi Chike Dozien, from Tones Lumike, from Osnaban, and these 5 or 6 DOS members are the ones that a lot of people know. How about others? Are they not entitled to say something? Then the third one: what are other DOS members saying about castigating of our leaders' family online? Thank you, my love. This is my 3 questions. Thank you.
Okay. Your number 2 question, please take it again.
Okay. My number 2 question I asked.
Sorry, hold on first. Hold on. Let me see if I understood it. Your number 2 questions, were you asking if the names you mentioned are the only members of the DOS? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah. Yes, because we don't see any other person coming online.
Okay.
To say so, yeah.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. First of all, I will take it from your number 3 to your number 1. Okay? Yes.
Okay.
I will take it from your number 3 to your number 1.
Okay.
Your number 3, castigating of our leaders' family. You know, there are some things that you would do, it will sound like a disrespect. Okay? There are some things that you would do, it will sound like a disrespect. And it's not just, I have watched how people have insulted. There is no member of our leaders' family that has not been insulted in this movement. And it's a shame to our people. It's a shame to Biafra. Our leader's wife has been insulted. Our leader's brothers, all his brothers have been insulted. Even those that have not said anything in public against anyone. Now, I do not have any issue with people having banter, in the sense that, oh, you said something that I feel is wrong, and based on what you said, okay, based on what you said, I am replying you. So whether the person is a member of our leaders' family and or that one is an individual something, but when it begins to become like branding every member of our leaders' family, you're now beginning to give the impression like even our leader himself is a bad person. Because just like, for instance, Mazi Ezumezu, you're an Igbo person, okay?
Yes.
If you meet somebody that the person begin to tell you, oh, this Igbo person is evil, this Igbo person is bad, this Igbo person is good, I mean, is bad, this Igbo person is a thief, this Igbo person is a scammer, this Igbo person, all the Igbo people this man or woman tells you about, he brands them evil. But he's telling you that you are good. Are you going to trust such a person?
No.
Definitely you're not going to trust such a person. Because that person is indirectly letting you know that I do not like Igbo people. And if the person do not like Igbo people, how can the person love you? The person cannot love you. So when we begin to throw blackmail on members of our leaders' family we are indirectly blackmailing our leader. I do not say that anybody cannot have banter with anybody. Okay? Anybody can have banter with anybody. This person said this, you from your analysis, oh, this thing is wrong, this thing shouldn't be. Okay. But that doesn't mean that you now brand this person with a negative name, and not just that person, you extend it to the whole of the family. But at the end of the day, you come out and say that our leader is your leader, you love him, you want him to survive, you want him to come out. You're a hypocrite. That's just a fact. You're a hypocrite. So some people that care to listen to me, you know, there's this thing that I have noticed a lot in the family. When I say the family, I mean IPOB. People gang themselves in sections, in factions. They have just focused on factions, gang themselves in factions and all of that. And once you're not in their faction, you're an enemy. And no matter what you say, anything that you say is wrong, because you are not in that faction that they have gang themselves. And once you begin to say something that their faction, okay, that's faction that they have created for themselves. So maybe one person in their faction is against you, then all of them will be against you. Then you have now become evil. They'll now look for one faction to group you under. You understand? So most of the things I am noticing now, it is grouping and groupings and groupings and groupings. And like, I know I have been accused of being grouped into many different groups, even though I am a member of the DOS. Okay? So when I give certain expressions, even some members of the DOS have accused me of one group or the other. Okay? But there is only one group. That group is IPOB. There is only one group. The group is IPOB. There is only one leader. The leader is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And you must, whether Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in detention, how you show that you are loyal to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is that you respect him, whether in detention or outside detention. You must give him respect. There are certain things that are respect. Our leader has lost his family members. Our leader have lost his mom, his dad, his cousin. Maybe if some of those people were alive today, and maybe some of them today, some people would have insulted them. It's a disgrace to our movement. It's a disgrace to every one of us. And we must be careful how we do that. Now, concerning the names you mentioned, if they are the only members of the DOS, of course, they are not the only members of the DOS. Okay? Now, in the DOS, there are heads of departments. There are heads of continents. And there are people that are regional heads of continents. Okay? There are people that are regional heads of continents. Please, if you're calling me, I am answering a call. Okay? So you hold on. Don't get offended. I'll have to finish responding to this call before I can respond to yours. Okay? Pass to say. That's how we say please in his own. Pass to say. Okay? Please be patient.
Yeah.
So, but the DOS comprise of nothing less than 20 members all over the world from every ethnic nationality in Biafra land, from the coastlines to the hinterland. Okay? So the fact that there are some people that you know their names, maybe because of their position in the movement, or because they are heading one department, or because they are a continental rep or a regional rep, okay, it doesn't mean that they are the only members of the DOS. The DOS is like an assembly earlier on I talked about the deputy speaker of the assembly, the state assembly of Anambra. Okay, and that assembly is taken from all over Anambra State. That is how the Directorate of State is. The Directorate of State is an assembly of Biafran leaders. It's an assembly of Biafran leaders. There are Igbo people, there are Izon people, and from all over Biafra land, okay, and from all over the world. Okay, people from Europe, people living in Europe, not from as in ethnically. People living in Europe, people living in Asia, people living in Africa, people living in the Americas. All these people are in the Directorate of State of IPOB. Okay. Then your number one question said, if Mazen Zurumike have the power to suspend a member of the DOS. Of course not. Mazen Zurumike is a member of the DOS himself. The person that can suspend, expel, and all of that is Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Okay? Except such approval comes from Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Whatever anybody says, trying to suspend any member of the DOS without without having any proof or any allegation and all of that, such a thing cannot hold. It's not possible. Okay, so somebody can use his veto power and feel that he has power to do whatever he wants to do and come up and say whatever he wants to say. Does not mean that it is binding. Okay, so it is that is just an individual stuff. Do you have any other question before I take?
Okay, my rep. If you permit me, I may ask you one more question. If you permit me.
Okay.
My rep. Now it is obvious that our leader are passing message across, and it is also obvious that our leader instruction is not being implemented or respected. Now, I want to ask, we can see the last memo from Barrister Nnemeka Ejiofor, not from Aloy Ejimako or Ifan Ejiofor, this from another different lawyer. And that memo was there since on 15th December 2022. And it was on the table of DOS. So are DOS members supporting Chike Edoziem for the insubordination of our leader? Because they are not saying anything. We only heard from Chike Edoziem or Kenneth Lumike. So are DOS in support of the insubordination?
Okay.
From Mazi Chike Edoziem to our leader.
Okay, thank you very much. I like the way you put that question together. The fact is that until that memo was made public, I never personally knew of that memo. Okay, that memo was sent directly to the head of the Directorate of State, Mazi Chike Edoziem. Okay, and it is supposed to be the duty of Mazi Chike Edoziem to carry it out, or just carry it out like that, or also bring it to the floor of the DOS and educate other members of the DOS that, okay, this is the position of our leader, and this is why we are supposed to do what we are supposed to do. But something like that did not take place. Whether other members of the DOS is doing anything, I am not aware. As it is now, most of the times we are supposed to have such discussions in a platform in the DOS where we have our meetings. Okay, but it is still the same HOD that have the right to call for meetings, and he has not done that. Okay, maybe when there is a call for meeting, we might have the opportunity to ask him such a question and hear from him why he chose not to obey what our leader said, and afterwards know what steps to take afterwards. Okay? So I think I have answered that question. So I will allow some other person to ask his or her questions. Thank you very much.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. So the line is open again. Hello, good morning. Good morning and welcome. Please tell us your name. Please tell us your name and go ahead with your question.
Good morning. Yeah, this is Ejiro. Ejiro on the line. Just ask you. I don't really know what is happening, but I believe that there's a lot based on your write-ups and all that. So some of these questions I will ask you, I would like you to give very candid answers. Recently, 3 days ago, you were suspended on Radio Biafra based on your activities. As a member of the DOS, I believe that there's a lot of information that you have that those of us who are not members of DOS do not have. For example, I could remember the people it was not last year, I was suspended also. As a coastal regional, I was suspended, and other people from the interland were also suspended. But when you were suspended, I saw that you were now linking it to kind of to being tribalism, or you are not carried along. So I want to know, why are you linking your suspension to being a kind of a tribalism thing? If you can answer this, then I have other questions to that to come up, please. Thank you.
Okay, that's a very, very brilliant question. You know, I have been in the DOS before our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, was kidnapped in Kenya and extraordinary renditioned to the zoo called Nigeria. Okay? And there are things that have been going on in the DOS, and for certain reasons, some of us make our complaints within the platforms of the DOS since from 2021, and some of these things are not being responded to, and instead of our questions or our requests to be responded to, DOS ceased to have meetings. And in order to preserve the movement, in order to preserve the struggle, many of us kept quiet. The DOS, like I explained earlier, is like an assembly. It's an assembly of the leaders of the indigenous people of Biafra. It's not a one-man show. It's not supposed to be a one-man show. Our leader is the supreme leader, and whatever he says is binding. Okay? But the Directorate of State is an assembly. Okay? The Directorate of State is an assembly, and it is important that the leaders that are leading are supposed to come together from time to time and express themselves. Now, I know what you said why you're asking this question concerning the coast and all of that is because of what I posted. There is a member of the DOS called Ibiton Jacob. I posted his complaint on Facebook.
Yes.
Good. Ibiton Jacob, I don't know whether you know him or you've ever known him. Ibiton Jacob, no. Ibiton Jacob is an Izon man that is from River State. And as at the time when he had some challenges that he had, the time when he had the challenges he had, Ibiton was living in Bayelsa. I don't know his location right now. And Ibiton, alongside other members of the DOS that are from Bayelsa, as well as the Deputy State Coordinator of Bayelsa, were arrested, or will I say kidnapped, by police in Bayelsa State. They were tortured. They suffered a lot because the police kidnapped them by using one person to deceived somebody, and that person foolishly called every other person. Even the former West African rep, Subai Goodluck, was also supposed to be there. He was just lucky because he was also going for that meeting. And before that time, our leader had already told them that there is no meeting. But, you know, sometimes our people may just want to meet themselves. Probably they did not think that it is supposed to be a meeting, an all-round full house meeting, okay? Because that would have been against the order of our leader. So maybe they just thought it is just few of us that will gather. So by the time they met there, before they knew it, they had the person that set them up had already called the police and whisked them away. I think there should be about 6 or 7 of them, and most of them some of them were members of the DOS. These people, after they got released, they spent a lot to get released. They suffered a lot. They were punished. Some of them, out of the torture, there's one that his hands got rotten, but afterwards he got treatment, and it took him more than 6 months to recover from that. So, as at then, we were all crying and asking for help, but then help didn't come. But we found a way amongst ourselves to ensure that they are out of there. And after they got out from there, those of them that are members of the DOS started seeking attention. Unfortunately, before we knew it, a new Skype group was created for the DOS, and they were not added to the Skype group. And it was in the previous Skype group that, in that previous Skype group, many of us are still in that previous Skype group, but that previous Skype group is no longer being used for meetings. And it was in that group that Ibiton made this complaint. But yet, till today, as I speak to you, Ibiton's complaint has not been responded to. Now, prior to that time, there are certain issues that goes on within the DOS. I personally, I'll make some complaints. Concerning that of Ibiton, I personally got tired making some complaints that do not go anywhere. Okay, so I chose not to make Ibiton's case personal so that it will not look like a tribal affair. The complaints were done briefly, and it was put to the side. Ibiton, alongside the others, have not joined us in our meeting ever since 2021, since that complaint was made. And practically, they don't get information about the DOS. They don't know anything that is happening. Even the few times when meetings have been called, they don't have the opportunity to be there. Then I, even as a continental rep, I had a little challenge. I called it a little challenge because the enemy did not succeed. Like I said about 2 days ago, when I was explaining how the DSS came hard after me, boggling my lines and everything, tracking everything around me.
Yes, my brother, I will come to that.
Hello,
I just want to ask.
Hold on, I'm coming. I've not finished answering your question. Now,
because I have a lot of questions to ask you.
There's no problem. Calm down. Calm down. So, I am trying to explain to you why I got to that conclusion. Now, when that happened, and I started changing numbers, after then, I discovered anytime I change number, it becomes an issue, it becomes a drag, it becomes a fight, it becomes something else for any of my new numbers to be recognized. Okay? So when suspension or no suspension is not the reason I said that. Okay? It's not the reason I said that. There are countless things that made me to make that statement. Okay? There are countless things. I am not saying that it is the Biafra movement. No. I was only trying to let you know that if some individuals, if you notice some individuals that begin to give certain preference, to certain things and begin to want to sideline certain other people that are from a particular place, then it is an indication. Because, see, I have discovered something. It's not because I'm from the coast. Even if I was from the hinterland, I would have told you the same thing. Okay? I know the importance of the hinterland in this movement, the strength of the hinterland. In fact, the hinterland is the strength of this movement. But I have discovered something. Hold on now. Hold on. Calm down. Okay? Calm down. You will say what? You will ask your questions. I said, I have discovered something. In this, I have discovered something. And what I discovered that thing very, very early. What I discovered is this. The hinterland is the strength, but the coastlines is the key. You must put your strength together and you must strike at the key. But anyone that encourages you to put your strength together and discourages you to strike at the key will only make you to remain at one position. For you to get the results that you need to get, it will be difficult for you. When the zoo wanted, during the War of Liberation and the genocide of the Biafran people in the 60s, what did the zoo do? They ensure that they take over the coast first. They ensure they take over the coast so that the hinterland will just be fighting and get tired. And they'll just be killing people until people will get tired. So the point I was trying to make is that any individual that you begin to see that is begin to look at tribal issues or begin to frustrate people that are trying to make certain activities or certain actions from the coast. Okay, when you begin to see people trying to frustrate such efforts, then know that these people do not want you to have the key. These people do not want you to have progress. Okay, so that was the point that I was trying to make. So go ahead with the other questions that you said that you have.
Okay, yeah. Still on this anyway, I just want to get a clear picture of what you just explained, because the write-up said the mission had always been to limit the Biafran movement to Southeast.
Yes.
which means for you as a member of the DOS, you feel or you felt that the Biafra struggle is limited, and I want to ask you, because we know that the Nigerian government have proposed to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to go with 5 states, and
Thank
he
you.
refused.
Thank you
So
very much.
if you have to take a look at your write-up, it contradicts what IPOB really stands for. If really IPOB is this struggle is limited to the interland alone, I believe they would have gotten their freedom. So I don't see any sense for you to raise this kind of issue.
Hello. Hold on.
Yeah, allow me to finish,
Wait
ma'am.
now.
Allow me
Okay.
to finish. Because if really it is limited, they would have go with the 5 states and get their freedom. And also another thing I want to say, as a member of the DOS, being Africa rep, what project have you ever brought a project on the table of the DOS that's a kind of project of sensitization, or maybe try to mobilize the coast together for a huge or massive protest, something to sensitize, to let the federal government know that yes, we are fully part of what our brothers in the interland are doing, and they stopped you? Have you tried to do a thing like that? Then the US tell you no, we are not part of it, or will not sponsor, will not support it.
Can we answer the questions one after the other?
Yeah, go ahead.
When I was trying to stop you the other time, it was because you were instead of asking questions, you were rather saying this is what you think and this is what you think. Okay?
No, I was telling you what happened.
Hold on. Calm down. Calm down. Calm down, please. Okay?
Go ahead.
Yes, what I expect of you is to ask your question so that I will answer. Okay?
Of course, I just did that now.
Okay, good. Now, when I said what I said the intention of the enemy. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu rejected the intention of the enemy, which is to limit the Biafran struggle to 5 states. Okay?
So who are these enemies?
Hold on.
I am asking you.
If you cut me off, if you cut me again, I am going to end the call.
Don't end the call, please. There are very, very important questions that I need to ask you.
So allow me to answer. Allow me to answer. You don't put words into my mouth. You allow me to answer. Do you understand? That's what you do. So when you ask a question, I allow you to ask a question. Then you on your own, you allow me to give you the answer. Okay? Good. Now, concerning what you said about this, what I was saying is this. The zoo offered Mazi Nnamdi Kanu 5 states, and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu rejected it. Okay? Britain came up with asylum and defined Biafra as 5 states. Okay? Their mission has always been to limit this struggle to the 5 states. So, whenever you find yourself in a position that somebody is trying to limit it to the 5 states, and some people that are from there are not being given the opportunity, like the one that I stated, the Biton case. Some people are not being given the opportunity. Okay, I am trying to let you know that in such a case, in such a situation where you see this particular thing, this thing is aligning with the desires of the enemy, because that is what the enemy wants. The enemy wants to limit it and subject it to the 5 states. Now, you are talking about if I have come up with projects, with ideas, and if it has been rejected. Yes. Some people have been pressuring me. They have been telling me, oh, the Eastern Security Network in the coast is docile, is not doing anything, is calm, and is that, and is this. And like you said, whether there is a protest and all that, there are times where we have requested, it's not now, earlier, like in 2021, and in our meetings, and we explained that protests will not be on point now, that our people are going to be killed and massacred. I will say, okay, that is fine. Then concerning the Eastern Security Network, being a member of the DOS in the capacity that I am, some of them approach me and complain that, oh, we do not have boats, we do not have this. And I made those complaints, and nothing was done. And I was told, okay, find out how much it will cost. And at the end of the day, nothing was done. And I made efforts and at the end of the day, nothing was done. So I forgot about it, and I left it. So today you see somebody like Asari Dokubo intimidating people in the coast, even leaving the coast, traveling to the hinterland to go and intimidate people. If, as at 2021, when I was making these requests, if those people that were supposed to get what they are supposed to get, if they had gotten it, Asari Dokubo himself wouldn't have even stood up, not to talk about going to harass our people and even travel, leave the coast and travel to the hinterland. Okay? And go to do whatever he's doing. So, yes, I have made certain requests. I have made certain requests that has not been responded to. So, you have something else to say? Because there are people,
yes.
There are people that
Yes.
want to. Okay, you have only. Yes, you have only one more question to ask, so that other people will be able to ask their questions.
My question is short. I don't want taking all the time to explain. So, but it's okay. Mazen and Kanu said anything the DOS says goes, okay? And if there is anything, if you have any worries or any question, you keep it until he comes back. I can see that you are not even loyal to that command. It is a command, it is an order. And as somebody that is a member of the DOS, you were suspended, and all of a sudden you started bringing up some issues, some things that are not meant for public views. You're putting them all in the public, and also at the same time accusing the DOS not obeying Mazen and Kanu's order. But you yourself, you find yourself being guilty of the same accusation. So I want to tell you that you did not also obey that order from Mazen and Kanu by doing what you're doing.
Hello. You are supposed to ask a question.
No, this particular one is not a question. I am just reminding you of what Mazi said.
No, you are wrong. Hello, hold on.
Okay, just wait. Let me finish.
Hold on. You said it.
Allow me.
Wait. You're on my platform. You are on my platform. You have to cool down. I said it is question. You ask a question and I give my answer.
This particular one is not a question.
No, you're not supposed to come here. You're not supposed to come here and give your opinion. You are supposed to come here. I'm sorry. I had to cut that call. Okay. This is question and answer. The same thing that she's saying, she can put it in a question form. Okay. And I will answer it. But you don't come here and begin to give your own opinion like you already know about it. You don't come here to begin to give your own opinion. if you have a question, you ask your question. It is very simple. What you are supposed to do is to honorably ask a question, and I will give the answer. Ejiro, please stop calling this line. You're not the only one here. Other people also want to ask their question. Other people want to ask their question. Hello, good morning and welcome. Please, your name and where you're calling from.
Yes, good afternoon from here. Can you hear me? Am I loud?
Yes, you are. You're coming out.
What about now?
You're coming out very clearly. You're coming out very loud.
Sure. God bless you, brother. I'm calling from South Africa.
Okay.
And then this is from IPOB newspaper review and the Fact News paper. I have some questions I want to ask you. I also want to thank Mazes Jumez. He called first. He attended to my question on his platform yesterday wisely, because I also tell the media teams to not insult anybody. Ask your question objectively, because if you come and start insulting people, you cannot make any headway. And as for the last caller, Ejiro, let me say this before I ask my question. I'm sure this is the same lady who have concocted an issue or a life event that everybody watched, and then she changed it that Simon Eber said Biafra is dead. I'm sure that this lady needs to check herself, because we are keeping record of every event as they unfold. She needs to check herself and withdraw some part which she's taking. This struggle has taken a lot of life, and a lot are in line, and we cannot jeopardize the life of our leader because of our foolishness or selfish interest. My question goes like this. You were still a member of DOS when Mazin Nadikano was kidnapped, right?
Of course, yes.
Thank you. Was the decision to cancel the seat at home generally by the DOS?
The decision to cancel the seat at home was Mazen Nadikano's decision.
When he was kidnapped.
Okay, let me explain. Let me just explain what happened. What happened then was that when our leader was kidnapped and rendition to Nigeria, and it was announced, everywhere went gaga. The DOS came together and we started deliberating what must be done, what must be done. Some of us suggested that there should be protests all over. I personally made that suggestion that we should not keep any space, but that we should protest all over Biafra land. And but some people said that no, that would be detrimental, and it might cost our people lives, unnecessary loss of lives. So, and that was when the suggestion for sit at home was brought up, and it was collectively agreed upon. Okay, so after it was announced and all of that, then we had the first one. Then before we even had that first one, we saw publication from members of our leaders' family that no, the sit at home has been called off. We didn't know what was happening. I personally went to the radio and called them out for that was wrong, that the DRS is the leading body, and if any such information is coming from our leader, it should get to the DRS and all of that. But prior to that time, it seemed like the head of the DOS had already received the message, but for one reason or the other, he allowed the first sit at home to take place. Then afterwards, he informed us that this is the decision of our leader, that the sit at home should be called off. So many people were not pleased with it, but our leader's decision is final. Okay, so based on the fact that it is our leader's decision, we had to agree to it, and we had to make the announcements and continue to educate our people that, okay, this is the position of our leader. He doesn't want the seat at home. So.
Okay, thank you for that question, for that answer. I can see the reasons why most of you are silent on that. Since the council of that seat at home, you and I noticed that Biafran people refused that they must sit at home until they release our leader. Based on his command that this sit at home will be cancelled, and the Biafran people said no, they don't agree that they must continue. Is there any meeting to deliberate and say, okay, since the people said no, Onyendu, people say no, they want you out, or they will continue? Did you people convey such message to him? As the members, as the bodies, general bodies of DOS?
You should understand that our leader might be in detention, but our leader knows exactly what is going on outside, because it's not only one person. You know, some people think that our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is being pushed to make certain decisions and all that. It's not one person that goes to see him. Our lawyers are not just one. There are many lawyers, and there are other people that have the opportunity to go and see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. All these people cannot have the same opinion. Different people have their different opinion, and they give him the truth of how things are on the ground. Okay, so concerning the sit at home, there is a difference between you give your order, you say that, okay, this is a position. Okay, yes, and that is the position of the leadership is that we have called off our order for sit at home. Okay, like this is not even something of it's not even something of a secret, because on my broadcast on Radio Biafra I have said it many times. If it is a decision of the people, hold on,
Okay.
I'm not done. If it is the position of the people, if it is the position of the people to sit at home, fine. That is their prerogative. We're not going to kill anybody because he wants to sit at home. Okay, but someone or the other, somebody somewhere should not take advantage of whether people want to sit at home and commit crimes. Okay, that is the area where it can be wrong. But the people sitting at home, that one is fine. Okay, I will appreciate if you have other questions.
Yeah, let me answer that question. Thank you for that answer. And based on your own knowledge, and also there are other knowledge of the public opinion. Was the insult on our leader's family generally by the DOS endorsed because we have discovered that his family has been exposed on the internet? So was it a general DOS discussion?
The DOS never endorsed the insult of our leader's family. People doing it are doing it on their own as individuals. The DOS never had a meeting and said that our leader's family should be insulted. Okay? So,
all right, thank you.
Yeah.
The last one is so that I can allow other people. Now that you've been expelled, Madam Erewa is also from the coastal region. She was expelled also. Was the expel of most of the DOS when our leader was kidnapped, was it a general?
For concerning my case, I will not say I've been expelled because our leader did not approve of my expulsion. Okay, anybody that say that I have been expelled from IPOB should bring the proof that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu approved of my expulsion. Okay, so that is not an issue. And concerning,
so the same
hold
thing
on,
equivalent
hold
to
on,
other people.
hold on. Concerning Madam Erewa's case, it was Madam Erewa out of maybe her own decision and all that. It was Madam Erewa that left the platform. Okay, so concerning expulsion of a DOS member and all of that, or whether suspension and all of that, that is not something that has any foundation. Okay, but if somebody on his own or her own decide to pull out, it is a personal decision. Okay, some people resign. I don't think Madam Erewa resigned, but I know that she pulled out from the platform. And when you pull out from platforms on your own, then it might mean something else. Okay, so I am not saying that whether she was suspended or expelled. You understand? So it is our leader that have that prerogative to make such decisions. Okay, except the decision is coming based on the order of our leader, that is fine. Okay, and if such a decision is coming based on the order of our leader, then it has to be made very, very clearly. And I want to correct an impression. The actions of the DHOD that claims that I was suspended, it wasn't based on like the way many people are beginning to channel it. Okay, it becomes something that I wrote. I was only trying to pass a message. The actions of the DHOD was not based on tribal issue and all of that. Okay, it wasn't based on tribal issue. The actions of the DHOD was based on personal issues. The DHOD was breaking the chain of command in IPOB. He was jumping my office and going to junior officers and requesting that they be reporting to him directly, while I am still there as the African rep. Yes, and I confronted him and I said, Mazi, you have been doing this thing for a long time, and I do not like it. You need to allow my subordinate officers to report to me, and on cases that I should report to you, I'll report to you. On cases that I should handle, I will handle. But Mazi Zulumike insisted that no, that if they report to him, then he will now give it to me and tell me what I will say and tell me what I will do. And I said that is not how it is done in IPOB. I don't do that to my subordinate officers. So why should anybody do that to me? You should allow me to exhaust the powers of my office, and when I've exhausted it, then I will go to you. That is how the chain of command is designed. Okay, he refused to do that. Then on cases of settling disputes, I approached him and told him disputes in IPOB is supposed to end at the CRC, the Conflict Resolution Committee. That was why for a while I took my time out and I started explaining to the people what the CRC is, so that our people will understand what CRC is. That when you give judgments, there are some people that when you give a judgment, when you do not exhaust every opportunity for them to be heard and all that, and you give a judgment and they feel that this judgment is biased, it will create disarray in the family. And when it creates disarray in the family, that's when you begin to see this one will say, oh, IPOB is this, IPOB is that. I want to go and join this person. I want to go and join that person. I want to go and join this person. And because of that, I said, no, we have to protect our family. And these people are not children. These are adults. And when you're dealing with adults, you have to deal with them with respect. You understand? You have to deal with them with respect. Everybody should be heard. And that is why our leader created the CRC. So this matter should go to the CRC. Let it be handled at the floor of the CRC. Mazi Zulumike insisted that no, it cannot be handled and all of that. Instead, people will be coming to Radio Biafra and be discussing matters of dispute when there is CRC. Okay, when there is CRC, people will be coming to Radio Biafra and be discussing matters of IPOB internal disputes. And I insisted that no, in the public. And I insisted that no, this thing should stop. This thing shouldn't be. Okay, because I stood my ground. I stood my ground on these principles. Or is it the case of our finance, where money that was meant for monthly dues is being converted to ESM fund, because the monthly dues money is supposed to go to a place that they do not have control over, and the ESM fund is going to a place that they have control over. So the monthly dues has to be converted to ESM fund, then it has to be shifted to this side. And I said, no, this is not the system that our leader put in place. And I insisted that no, let us follow the system, because when you begin to break systems of an organization, you are destroying the organization. You understand?
It creates chaos.
It creates chaos, because you begin to see people will begin to misbehave, and you cannot blame them for misbehaving. You understand? So because I stood my grounds on this point, then he went ahead and went on radio and said that he has suspended me. So that is just what happened. So it is not anything tribal, okay? It is not anything tribal. It is personal. It is personal because Mazen Zurumike have always wanted to have his way. He just wants to have his way and just be telling people whatever he likes, what he wants to do, and so that they do what he wants to do, not the way the code of conduct said it should be, not the way the IPOB system have been operating before our leader was extraordinary rendition. So the only fault I have is that I was able to stand my ground, and I said, no matter what will come out of it, let it come out of it. I will stand on my ground. I will stand my ground. Exactly. I will stand my ground on the principles that holds IPOB together, not on individuals. Why should I be afraid of individual? If I come out for freedom fighting, to fight for freedom, see, anybody that is in Biafra land and choose to fight for Biafran liberation, that person is not afraid of anything in this world.
Yes.
Anybody that is in Biafra land and come out and say that I want to fight for Biafran liberation, that person is not afraid of anything in this world anymore. So it is not intimidation and all that you can use to change things. You cannot begin to intimidate people. You have to follow the system. It is a very simple thing. You understand? So because I stood my ground, he took the decision that he took. So that is exactly what...
And which is against our freedom. Thank you, brother, for answering all these questions. There is nothing much I can say. The reason why we are in autopilot is because of this thing that is happening to you right now. Because in a situation whereby the head has become corrupt and has undermined the rules and regulations of the IPOB, then we have no option than to continue to shout until our leader comes back, then we will yield to him. That is what Simon is doing. And then now they've done the same thing to you. And believe me, you cannot fight uprightly and still continue with these people. They will continue to frustrate you because we have watched their system of operation from day one. And we have come to conclusion that they are compromised. And that is why we are doing, in fact, everybody, why I was asking you these questions based on the decision the HOD has made, if it is a general thing, because I don't think that if DOS are 100 people, that they will allow some impunity to go on. You understand? To the level that they left the struggle for Biafra and the fight for our leader freedom and focus on Finland for 1 year. But I thank God that that man in Finland stood his ground. So even if he said he wants to get Biafra, I think all we need to do is to support him. And even if Chike Dozie comes tomorrow and said he wants to get Biafra next month, we'll all support him. All we need is to go home. All this fighting and dragging of money and all that is not going to save us. That country will kill us if we remain there. So thank you. And I want to commend you for picking my call.
Okay, thank you. On the cases of the reasons for joining autopilot and whatever, that's for me is individual matters.
Yeah, as long as we are working on our leadership late, as long as we are under Nnamdi Kanu, when he comes back, the spokesperson will yield to him.
That is
because we cannot continue to see the impunity you are seeing. We cannot continue to cry the way you are crying. Yes. We cannot continue to be killed the way people in Costa Rica has been killed.
Hold on, please. Like I said, it is on personal basis, okay, and it's not what I would like to be discussing here, okay. I just want to ask questions that concerns me, okay. So let us move on.
Thank you.
Yes.
God bless you.
Bless you too. Before I take another call, are you there? Okay. Thank you. Before I take another call, there is a question that somebody puts up. Let me see if I'll read it. He said, you haven't been on live show ever since, only from 2 days ago. And today they gave you a long time frame handling and addressing this dispute among yourselves. You haven't promised to report to your superiors as organic and all of that. Yes, that was why when I started yesterday, I've been there for yesterday, 2 days ago, like you said it, I had to explain why I have not been on air. Okay. I've been going through a lot, and it's just very few people that are aware of what I've been going through. And when I was preparing myself to get back on the radio, I was asked, I wasn't given the opportunity back on the radio, but the gospel must continue. We must continue the gospel. Okay, so we're not going to stop. So there is, sorry, the person that was calling. Okay, let me see if I can take this call. Okay, I'll respond to one of those messages later. Hello, good morning and welcome. Your name and where you're calling from. And please try to go straight to your question and not opinions, just questions so that I can answer.
Mazi Terry, my name is Chiezoku and I'm calling from the US. Mazi Terry, I do not have a question, but if you allow me to say some certain things, it will give more credence to what you're doing, if that is good enough for you. Okay, if not, I'll just drop.
Go ahead, don't worry.
Okay, thank you so much. It is not easy to be in a struggle. First of all, our leader remains our leader anytime, any day. There is nowhere on this earth anybody can circumvent anything our leader has told or has told his lawyers to do. It has happened so many times. I didn't even know that you were fighting your own battle over there. But these are part of the things we are talking about. the structure of IPOB remains the structure of IPOB, not an individual. I remember telling some people this. Not an individual. An individual is not the structure of IPOB. But our leader remains the head, the tail, and everything that we have in IPOB.
Exactly.
That cannot be compromised with. It cannot be compromised with. See, there is a lot of things that is going on. My brother, I will advise you a little bit. Please, there is on certain things. If someone comes here to ask you, you don't answer those questions because maybe probably it might go to security issues. There is a sort of things we cannot say, and we cannot come here and start blabbing. The reason why we don't keep saying some certain things is because of our leader. But if atrocity has been committed, yes, it has been committed. If insubordination has been committed against our Onyundi, yes, it has been committed. We are just waiting for the right time when Onyundi comes out. And we have all this information. We have all the necessary documentation to prove and to show what some people has done. It is ridiculous that Onyundi will give instruction where he is. And somebody will flag that instruction for no good reason. Some of us has come to this struggle, like I told them, that a lot of people have lost their life in this struggle. And they cannot come and be playing around with people's life. Some of them are just doing it for the sake that they feel they have arrived. I will not mention name. I will allow Onyundi to do those mentioning of names. It is ridiculous. This one I will say. Everybody should ask Chike Doziem the reason why I was removed. Or he said I was removed as regional coordinator. We didn't want to come out and start washing the dirty linens on the radio station or anywhere. What was the reason? Why are you flouting the decision of our Onyundi? That was what I asked. So there is some certain things I will not come here to say. But it's ridiculous that our Onyundi will give an instruction. In the meeting, I told them, look, if Onyundi gives you an instruction, says you jump once, you jump 10 times. Especially now that he's where he is. You don't come and give us contrary information to what Onyundi do not say. I will not accept that. If everybody accepts it, I will not, because this is not what we are here for. A lot of people have died for this struggle. A lot of people have died for this struggle. So for some people to sit somewhere and make some stupid decision and think it will go well for everybody, it doesn't jump like that. They keep pulling Nayanya from pillar to pole. The woman has not done anything. That is the only person Onyundi said, that is the account that we're going to be paying our money into. But no. The same thing they did in US, that they wanted us to be in the account. And I told them no, that I will not involve myself in any account in the US. That Onyundi did not say we should involve ourselves in an account in the US. That is the only reason why we are having these problems. Finance. I will die down on certain things here. I will not go further. But let me let them know that if you think you're playing around with this struggle, the Almighty God will swallow you and swallow your family together with it. Don't play with people's life. You don't play with people's life. Do you know many people that has been for no good reason? I am very, very angry. A lot of really annoys me the most is When the ONU gives instruction, that instruction will not be carried out. No, you don't do that. You don't do that. When you do that is, you see, 2015. The reason why we called Onyendu our supreme leader was that the same thing was occurring. The same thing. 2000, the same thing was occurring. Because the few governors, presidents, or ministers have started calling them, they now throw their hand up. A lot of things happened. But let me tie it down here. But it's okay. But after everything, we will know who is who in this struggle.
Thank you very much,
my brother.
Thank you very much,
my brother.
Thank you. Thank you. God bless you. We must continue, and I must make one thing very clear to the Biafran people. All of our people should understand this. Most of the challenges that we are seeing, most of the infightings and all of that can all be traced to finances. You must understand that the head of finance in IPOB takes order only from our leader, Mazen Amdekano. And that is how it has been, and that is how it will always be. Now, when other people begin to get interested in the finances, see, in this movement, when I got into positions of leadership, and I got to understand that as a leader, you don't get yourself involved in finances. I don't even want to understand how the processes are even done most of the times. Except when problems come with finances, that is when I ask those in the leadership of the finance department on proper direction, or when our leader was out, I asked our leader on proper direction on who is to handle what and where this is supposed to go to and where this is supposed to go to. Okay, so when you begin to attack finances, there is a problem. There is a problem because our legal battles, all the things that we've been doing, legal battles, this one here and that one here, is from finances. So when somebody is attacking finances and the person wants to shrink the finances that is controlled by somebody that receives order from Mazen Amdekano, and this person in question is somebody that flouts the orders of Mazen Amdekano, do you think when Mazen Amdekano give orders concerning the legal battles that are going, pay this amount of money for this lawyer, for this suit, for this, do you think that order will be obeyed? When the other ones concerning administration that has to do with his own area of jurisdiction, he has not obeyed. Do you think he is going to obey the ones that have to do with the law? Do you think we will be able to continue this legal battle, this legal war that we are on with the zoo and with Britain? Do you think we are going to survive it? So when somebody is telling you, when somebody is putting his hand in finances and putting so much effort and using positions of his power to want to oppress you and force you to put monies where you're not supposed to put monies, you have to be very, very, very careful. If, of course, you still want Biafra to be restored. Because the way some people behave these days, I doubt if they want Biafra to be restored. I sincerely doubt it. Today is the only day I'm going to talk about these things. After today, I'm not going to address these things anymore. The caller that was calling, you can call back. Sorry, I was saying something, so I couldn't take your calls. Okay? So the caller that was calling, you can call back and the audience will be given. You know, Some people try to blackmail. They want to blackmail those that go to see our leader in the DSS. You want to blackmail everybody that go to see our leader in the DSS. Everybody is lying to our leader. Yet, you're not allowing those that are in the DOS to hold meetings and have their own opinions. You also blackmail the DOS and say that the DOS is leaking information to people outside. The same DOS that is supposed to be the decision making is being blackmailed for leaking messages, decisions of the DOS to people outside. Then people go to see our leader. All the people that go to see our leader, none of them are in the DOS. There's no member of the DOS that goes to see our leader in the DSS dungeon. You still blackmail them and say that they are telling lies to our leader. Our leader will give order. You will not take the order on the blackmail that our leader is being deceived while he's in detention. But you come out to the open and tell people that this is the decision of DOS. Meanwhile, you refuse to hold meetings for DOS. The members of the DOS are made to, are being oppressed, never to speak, because we love the struggle, because we respect the struggle. In the year 2022, the DOS had only 2 meetings. The first one was to talk down on Madam Nene and oppress her. While the second one was end of year message. None was to discuss anything sensitive about the movement. And members of the DOS have lots of things inside of them. Lots of things to discuss. Yet none is being discussed. Everybody is being blackmailed to keep quiet. Then when I refuse to keep quiet anymore, and I start educating the Biafran people so that the people, because it is important that you know what you're doing. So if you are consciously destroying the movement, let it be that you know that you are destroying this movement for the restoration of Biafra. So that you do not be in the dark. No. You should know. If your decisions are destroying the struggle, you should know. It should not be that you are in the dark. It shouldn't be so. Because everybody is respecting the struggle, you want to blackmail everybody to silence. What you talk about suspension is just a blackmail for silence because I was bold enough to talk. You want to hold meeting with people in Africa, the African rep is not involved. The African rep should not be involved. The African rep is not aware. You cannot discuss with him. Because if you discuss with him, you cannot intimidate people there. He will not allow you to intimidate people. He will insist that the right things should be done. So he should not be in the meeting. Or you should just bring him as a guest. Things must be done straight. How on earth am I going to blame people that are jumping outside? You expect me to be hating on them? If I don't hate them, you hate me for not hating them. Meanwhile, I am saying things that are wrong. I am saying things that are wrong, that are going wrong, and I am expressing myself and saying that these things are going wrong. And you say I should keep quiet. Meanwhile, people out there are feeling oppressed and they are living. And I'm saying, no, this is the movement, this is the structure, this is the system that our leader put in place, and this system must be protected. So people will be coming and be telling me my POB structure. Who is the person on Radio Biafra that instructed people that the structure of IPOB must be maintained? The structure is not people, the structure is the system. All of us must have to obey, irrespective of whatever positions we hold. Hello, good morning and welcome to Radio Okay, this is not Radio Biafra. Good morning, and you're welcome to this program. So you can tell us your name and we can continue from there. And ask your question. Please put down your radio
Good afternoon, Master.
Or whatever you're listening to us from so that the voice will not be echoing. Your voice is echoing. You can leave that place or put down the volume so that your voice will not echo anymore.
I put it down already. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Right on.
Okay, thank you. My name is, I'm calling here from South Africa.
Okay, right on.
Maz, what I want to ask is, because I know that you're a member of DOS up until they released the memo, they released, I think the day before yesterday.
I am still a member of the DS. I am still a member of the DS. Right on.
I know you are. I know you are still a member of the DS. But what I want to know is, I could remember when they kidnapped our leader on the first, I think on the first or second month, our leader gave an order so that my Simon will start broadcasting in Radio Biafra. The DOS did not carry out that instruction.
Hello. Sorry,
Hello?
I would not want to respond to that. I was not part of that meeting.
Okay.
I cannot really recall if I was not part of that meeting, so I do not know what transpired among those that were there with the person that you're talking about. So if you have another question, please ask a question. But concerning that, I'm not going to respond to it.
Okay, no problem. Thank you so much. Okay, another question I have is this that's happening in US. To be honest with you, everybody is pissed off because since Martin Namkan is kidnapped, the only achievement DOS have achieved is to releasing memo to sack people. So I want to know, is it the DOS we know that is the head of the IPOB? Are they trying to work on the structure that Nam can put in place to actualize Biafra, or are they trying to destroy what Nam can have built for years with IPOB? Because you can keep on releasing memo and sacking people left and right everywhere without verifying what transpired. Because before he kidnapped, before he mentioned anybody's name in air or in anywhere, he will first verify or give warning. But I don't know why DOS are not doing that. They keep on creating, I don't know if they're trying to create another group or create whatever. Assume that Mazinan can come out today, tomorrow. You understand? What is going to be the fate of this struggle? I know that the struggle is on. My Simon is doing well, and the other people who is doing whatever they're doing wherever are doing well. You understand? But these DOS, they are not doing anything to anybody can come out today and say this is what these people have done since Mazen Namdeka have kidnapped. Nothing. So I want to know, what is your take on that?
From what I can say, you have just expressed an opinion, and what I said was that it should be a question rather than an opinion. Okay. I will not respond to people's opinions. Okay. Your opinion is your own opinion. Okay. I will not respond to people's opinion. I didn't put this question and answers, this interactive session for opinions. Okay. But it is fine. Your opinion is your opinion, and I will not respond to it. Okay. So please, we'll have to take another call after this. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very
Yeah. Um. Okay. Somebody said that I should not go to the public to criticize the DOS leadership that I'm a member. Of course, and that's why we have not done that for more than a year now. But when we are there and these things, instead of the things to be addressed internally, you come out and you want to begin to blackmail people. Somebody you know that is pure, walking from the depth of his heart and doing everything to ensure that the Biafran movement move from one level to another. Because he insists that the structures should be obeyed. The structures, the system should be followed. You went out and begin to blackmail the person. And begin to ask all your people to blackmail the person. Then I should keep quiet and allow you to go to the public and blackmail me when all I have done for the Biafra movement is good. What does he have to say against me? He has nothing to say against me. But when they come out and say these kind of things, people that are not aware will just be jumping around. Hey, he has betrayed the struggle. Hey, all these people from this place, that is how they behave. Hey, they have betrayed the struggle. Do you ask question, what did he do? What did he do that you chose to take the actions that you took? What did he do? Hello, good morning, you're welcome.
Yes, hello.
Yes, your name, where are you calling from, and your question.
Yes, this is Mr. Joseph. Can I go on now?
Yes, go on, please.
Okay. This is an interactive session. I have some questions, very pertinent question that I would like to ask, and I like to take it one after the other. Number one is in this your program. I've heard somebody calling in and saying that IPO, some members of IPO, have insulted the members of our leader's family, and from the wife of our leader to the siblings. And I have a question to ask on that regard. The question goes like this. Are you aware, you, Kimiowei Tari Nemi, are you aware that Canon Takano is aware of the kidnap of our leader earlier before any other member of the DOS?
That he was aware of the kidnap of our leader, I'm not aware of that. You have your evidence?
You don't think that
you have your evidence?
You don't think
that he was aware?
Okay. Yes, the evidence are bound. Number one of the evidence. The family, the in-law of our leader has come out in the name of Master Prophet. He has come out publicly to say that after 2 days of the kidnap of our leader, that he is also aware that after Mazina Dekano was kidnapped, that they hired lawyer to go and get our leader out or released from where he was kidnapped.
Hello. Hello. Sorry for cutting you. I am sorry for that. Concerning issues about our leaders kidnap and all of that, I cannot begin to answer questions based on that because I will not be able to give you any correct answer because I honestly do not know those issues concerning those things. Okay. Now, all those issues concerning our leaders, this person claimed this person claimed that, those are rumors. Okay. It is rumor and rumor and rumor. Now, all these things, if there is a place these things are supposed to be properly maybe analyzed, or if it is something that is worthwhile, it should have gone to the conflict resolution committee. It's not supposed to be flying about in the air as rumors. Okay, if somebody have something against any member, you say, okay, this person betrayed our leader, he did this, you have your evidence, then take it to the conflict resolution committee. Okay, please, I will not be discussing that. It is our leader that is going to discuss that. When he comes out, he's going to discuss that. I'm not in a position to discuss that. I do not know. you understand? I do not know, and I cannot begin to encourage you to say certain things here, or for me to begin to try to respond to one or two things that you might be saying here, because I obviously do not know, and I cannot go back to that. We have passed that level for a very long time. I cannot begin to go back to that level and begin to repeat it all over again. Okay? Our leader knows the people that sold him out. When our leader is out, he is the one that is going to tell us, this person sold me out, that person sold me out, this person did this one, this person did that one, and all of that. Okay? I am only talking about the things that I know. I am only trying to give answers on things that I know about, on things that I am involved. The main purpose of this interactive session is to clear the air concerning, because many people have been asking me questions on social media. I need to clear the air because what was done was just a bid to blackmail me because I was standing for the truth. So I need to clear the air. So concerning our leaders' issue, please, and the kidnap of our leader, who betrayed or who didn't betray, please, I would not advise anyone should go there.
Mas, that is what I said is that I didn't say that Kanu Takano betrayed. What I asked is, he is away when our leader was kidnapped and refused to give the information to the appropriate authority that could have done something. That is what I said. You understand? And this issue out the insult.
We are saying one and the same thing. Okay? I'm not the one that you're supposed to ask this question. You're supposed to ask Mazi Kanu Takano this question. He is the one that is in position to answer that question. Okay? I am not, okay. I do not know the activities of Mazi Kanu Takano. Do you understand? I do not know. I do not know the activities of Mazi Kanu Takano. What I know is I'm a member of the DOS. I know the DOS. Okay, I know the DOS. I know Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and I know the IPOB family. Okay, so if there's any if there's anything you have any individual issue with anybody, you can address the person and ask the person the question and let the person respond to it. But throwing that question to me, I don't know how I'm going to answer to it. Okay. What if I tell you that yes, he was aware, he did not do it, and what if he now claims and said that he was not aware?
No, okay. The reason why is because you are a member of the Director of the State, and this issue has somehow been deliberated in the platform of the DOS. So, as a member of the DOS, you must have known one or two things regarding this matter. You cannot say that you are not aware.
Who told you that it has been debated on the platform of the DOS?
So you are saying that the issue has just been silent like that. In the issue of the kidnap of our leader, which is being connected to his brother.
I don't like when people drag issues and drag issues. This matter concerning our leader's kidnap has been a source of rumor that people have been carrying from time immemorial. It has been a source of rumor. This one said this one said that. Oh, why don't we focus on releasing our leader? When our leader is released, our leader will tell us. Why focus on who did this one and who did that one? Why? Many people have done lots of things on this gossip, deceived lots of people over the years. And you're still coming here to ask me about this person is aware, that person is not aware, this one is this. What do I know about that? If you think the person is aware, approach the person and you ask the person. Okay? So if there are more questions, we can respond to them. If there are more questions, if you have questions, you can call. Let me see if there are questions that people are asking. Okay, look at what somebody is saying. Let me leave that. You know, there are many people that all they just do in the movement is insults. They have nothing to offer other than just throwing insult upon insult upon insult, and that's wrong. But that is their level. Okay, that is their level. So we cannot blame them. They can only insult, but it's not about throwing insults. You are supposed to ensure that what you're saying is of substance. I am not interested in who likes me or who doesn't like me. Whether you like me, whether you do not like me, is immaterial to me. What I want is Biafra. I didn't come into this struggle to become a star for somebody, for people to like me and be praising me. Oh, you are doing this. Oh, great. I'm not after all those things. The same people that praise you today, tomorrow they are going to insult you from the same lips. So why should I be interested in praises or no praises? And I think that if you're serious for this movement, you should not get yourself involved in that. Whether this one is praising this one is not. Whether this one is praising you or what people will say about you. Focus on saying the truth and putting it the way it is and the way it is supposed to be. Okay? Put things the way it is supposed to be. So that's just it. If there are no further questions, somebody is asking for the number to call. The number to call, scroll up or is it scroll down? You are going to see the issues. You are going to see the number there and you can call. Okay? I'm trying to see if there is one or more questions so that I can, one or more questions that are written. So that I can respond to those questions. Okay. The number is there. Those are asking for the number is there. And if there are no further questions, maybe we'll just call it a day for today. And I want to thank each and every one of you that have been listening, whether those that are insulting and those that are saying something nice, and those that called to ask questions, whether your question was on point or your question wasn't on point. Everyone that contributed to today's program, I want to thank you and say God bless you. Okay, I will announce the next time that I will be coming on air. Stay blessed. Remain focused on the goal. The goal is Biafra, the restoration of Biafra, and we're not going to back down on it. It doesn't matter what anybody does. We're not going to back down. We must continue because this is the life that we have chosen. We have chosen to be free, and we must be free. Compulsorily, we must be free because that is what we have chosen. We have chosen freedom, and freedom we must get. Thank you very much. My name remains Kimiowei Tari Nemi, and I say have a nice day.